From Cairo to Cairo, Morocco to Madagascar. From Cairo to Cairo, Morocco to Madagascar. But you only has a
the main address of this particular gathering, the Commander-in-Chief of Congress Freedom Fighters, and President of EFF. Of the University of Limpopo campus. We are here today because we've taken a stand to make history. We went against the establishment and decided to come and meet here in an Univesity hall, who chose the most important hall named after a revolutionary, because we emulate people like Univesity. Those are our leaders who were expelled in this university for representing the views of the oppressed African majority. It was in 1974 when he stood in a graduation ceremony and criticized the 1953 Patrification Act. They expelled him because he said this education system will never bring about an independence from Africans. After he was expelled from this university, he got an employment in Morris Isaacson as a history teacher. When he arrived in Morris Isaacson, like a true revolutionary, Univesity lectures the students of Morris Isaacson in Soweto about black consciousness. He was teaching history and the most important subject in politics. He utilized that opportunity to teach correct history. Those students were question tagged, and it was in 1976 in the same school that the uprising started. People like T.F. Mashinini were inspired by people like Univesity. This name is an important name. This name is a name that has fought for a black child when it was not fashionable to do so. This name, even after the police victimized this name never surrendered. This name mobilized for black consciousness in all the universities. When Univesity was fired from this school for speaking the truth, many universities in South Africa demanded that he must be reinstated because they believed in his leadership. He went all over South Africa to educate the students about the importance of black dignity, about the importance of black unity. And many students followed his teachings. But police realized that this man is a poison. They put a pressure on the principal of the school to also fire him. They fired him from the school. He never apologized for his views. He learned, continued to mobilize the students. When police now took a decision that he must be arrested, he then left the country and went into Botswana. When he was in Botswana, because of his love for education, he wanted to register with the University of South Africa, UNISA. And one day, he received a letter, and this letter was from the International University Exchange Fund. He thought that was a letter which was going to give him a bursary to further his studies because he believed in the importance of education. When he opened that letter, that was the day he was killed. That was a bomb sent to him by the cowards, murderous regime of apartheid. They took his life. When they took his life, they thought they are also taking his ideas away. When they killed him, they thought they would kill black consciousness. When they killed him, they thought the idea of fighting for the children who come from poor families will die. Univesity fought for blacks because because he comes from a humble beginning. He was a child of a domestic worker. Like many of us in this hall, we are children of domestic workers, but has never allowed his background to suppress him. Actually, he used his background as a motivation to fight for others, because he knows that children of domestic workers will never have access to education, simply because they come from poor background. He fought against the exclusion of students on the basis of their affordability. He believed that we all deserve the education. Very important that we revoke the spirit of Univesity and Theatre Machine and Peter Mukaba when we meet like this. Because those are the people who were produced by students' politics. Those were sharpened by radicalism of young people. But those problems which they spoke about in 1974, they still exist today. The only thing that has changed here in Teflo since Univesity was expelled is the renaming of the hall. The price will remain the same. And for as long as what he was killed for has not been achieved, we must fight for it to be achieved. Univesity is dead. They thought they buried him in Botswana, and later he was reburied in South Africa. Those who killed him till today, they were never arrested. They thought they were done with him, but they must know that today Univesity speaks from his grave. He says from his grave that the struggle to register the children of the poor must never be lost. Because we think that blacks are in power, therefore there is no longer a need for us to fight. There is no black person in power. The poor are still in charge of our society. Comrades, we still have the same problems our leaders had during those times. The idea of these leaders was to make Africans to feel proud about themselves. That's why they stood up and said, the type of education you are giving to us is an education system that is going to make us suffer from self-hate. And I saw that today. When an African brother tries to speak in Shanghai, he gets hounded by fellow Africans because you are suffering from self-hate. We must be proud of who we are. We must speak in our languages. We must be proud of our languages. Because that is what our leaders have fought for. Especially during this month, where we celebrate our heritage. We celebrate our heritage, but we hate our languages. We celebrate our heritage, but we hate ourselves. Because the education system that Univesity said it was wrong, made us to suffer from self-hate.
From K.